Hello guys, and welcome back to the show. Today what we're going to do is we're going to continue our progress towards dodging. So dodging here, or the philosophy of dodging that I want to kind of convey with you, is essentially not per se going into those traditional movements. Those are the dodges, the names of the dodge, the positions that we kind of learn and then we evolve. And the evolution brings us to dodging essentially the minimum that we need to be able to react as best as we can. So what I want to express to you through this video with a few little snippets of progression is essentially learning how to protect certain body parts. So essentially the areas where we're going to be the most attacked are usually going to be our head for its vulnerability, so it makes a big target, and also our hips. So our hips are the powerhouse, and if we take down that powerhouse, then we're going to gain some kind of an advantage, right? So the other person's going to be not able to continue whatever they're going to continue, or at least we'll be able to distract them. And then comes the aspect of distraction. So a fake or a distraction can bring your opponent off a little bit. If you do a movement and there's no reaction, they just continue, that's not really a fake, that's just a movement, a step in front. The definition of creating a fake or a distraction is you doing some kind of a movement with your body and the other person reacting, breaking their position, so their hips get a little bit more extended, they're not as strong here, and their guard might go down as well. So that leaves you a half a second window of opportunity that you can either use to take down the person, or that you can leave like that and just count as a point in your head. So the drills here that we will be using, we're going to start nice and simple, and the idea is to use the head or the shoulders, that area, as a target. Now in capoeira we often want to dodge, we don't want to block necessarily the hits, so here we're just using our arms with our partner, and our partner is going to dodge the minimum amount that he or she needs to go down. If they're dodging way low here, then they're overdoing it, and then if they're low, they become another target for something else. So the idea here is to dodge the hit minimally. So we use one distraction where the focus is at the head. Then we're going to build up, and we're going to use the hips as a target. So we could either do a drill where we touch the hips, or go close in, protecting your face. Be very careful with this one, where we just want to touch the hips or kind of brace them a little bit if we can go even further. Now here, it's going to be a lot harder to avoid it, so we're going to try to block. The opponent's going to try to block and probably sprawl or spread one of the legs behind to maintain stability here. So in essence, those two drills are not too complex, but the complexity comes from layering them one on top of another. If I go here, I attack, and then I go down, I suddenly create a distraction here where the focus is here, and all of a sudden this can become open, or vice versa. I could sprawl down into a low lunge, leaving my opponent's arms down to protect, leaving it open for that. So we're going to play around with that. And as we go on, what we're going to do is we're going to add capoeira kicks into the mix. So we're going to play around with our queixada and our armada. The vulnerability of those kicks is at the landing. So the idea is to attack and offset the balance of your opponent, ideally before the back leg reaches the ground. And if you can break that stability, so if this leg is not externally rotated and the back leg in extension is not internally rotated, if something like that is broken, then you, as the person receiving the kick, gain some kind of advantage, because now your opponent that just attacked you is slightly vulnerable for a very short period of time. So we're just going to play around with creating that window of vulnerability from the aggressor, and then eventually we're going to build on and continue the discussion with both the aggressor and the one trying to defend themselves, and the roles will interchange. So let's see a few of those progressions. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next show.